Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Yahushai.
And Yahweh's Heavenly Father's true name, and Yahweh Shai from the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's his true name. We're also going to give double honors to our apostles and our elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well in the scriptures. And salutations to all the Akim out there who push this word in all truth and in all sincerity. And we're just going to get into a lesson about how you have these certain camps out there that are not knowing the scriptures, okay? They believe in their mind that they're preaching the correct doctrine, but really it's false, okay? Because there's only one truth, and that's it, okay? And whether you like it, believe it or not, the doctrine was given to Yahweh gave the doctrine to Yahushai, and Yahushai gave it to the apostles, okay? Our Great Millstone, starting with them, and then it trickles down to the elders of the camps, and the brothers you see, okay? Alright, and that's just that, alright? But you have other camps out there that like to buck up. They like to, they get, emotional because they got rebuked at one point, alright? But hey, it's just ultimately Yahweh Bashim Yahushai blinding them, okay? Can you get that Matthew 22?
Sure. This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 29. Yahushai answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High.
Exactly. And these other camps, all right, these other, I'm not even going to say, I don't even want to use the term camp. These other men out here, all right, these false prophets, they err not knowing the scriptures. And that word, err, is very heavy, okay? The brother is going to get it right now.
This is the blue letter for G4104. It means to cause, to stray, to lead astray.
To lead astray. Alright, to lead astray from what? The true path, okay? There's only one path that you can take in this truth, man, to get salvation. That's it. You don't have multiple, routes, man. There's only one path. Okay, that straight and narrow gate.
Alright. Yeah, it is very narrow, so, it's very specific, you know what I mean? So, it's not going to be for everybody.
Right.
To cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way.
Yep, to lead aside from the right way. Keep going on, because there's more to that.
To lead away from the truth.
Yeah, to lead away from the truth.
Wow.
Yep, keep going.
To lead into error.
Yep, keep going.
To deceive.
Yep,
right?
To deceive. I got a quick precept. Can you hold that still on? And you've been deceived, okay? You men out there that buck up, that preach Yahushai for strife and contention, you're actually what was that? They're led astray, man. They're deceived, okay? And who's deceiving you? Ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, sending left-handed angels, all right, to deceive you. Can you get Isaiah 66:4? This is 2 Thessalonians 2:11. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So the Lord sent you that strong delusion, all right? And you're believing that lie. That's why, they really wholeheartedly believe that what they're preaching is correct. You can see it in their faces and everything, their whole countenance. But really, the Lord has got you in a trick bag, man. Okay? What does it say? Yep.
In Isaiah chapter 66, verse 4, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fear upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear me.
Exactly. So the Lord is the one who's choosing your delusion, okay? Okay, well, whatever form it may be, the Lord got you in a trick bag. And the reason why is because you didn't want to hear the voice of the Lord. Who's the voice of the Lord, man? Hosea 12:10, man, tells you that the Lord spake by his prophets, man. Luke 1:70. It talks about that.
Amos 3:7.
I was going to get Amos 3:7, yeah.
That's right.
Proverbs, the first chapter.
No.
Wisdom utter his voice.
Acts 3:21.
If you get Luke 1:70, it's going to get straight to the point. Straight cut. Just go to Luke 1:70. Okay? Alright, the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. But see, the thing with these other men out there, they just see us as regular guys, regular Joe Schmoes, man, that just so happen to teach, okay? But see, a spiritual man is going to know that, look, these men were set up, okay? But see, a carnal man is not going to see that. They're going to envy the position. They're going to envy, pretty much the position, man. That's a huge thing, because a lot of these guys really just want to be on top. They want to have all the followers. They want to have the so-called true doctrine, okay?
Alright.
1 in 70 should be 70.
Oh, 70. Yeah.
Want to finish this?
Yeah,
real quick?
finish that.
It says, but they did evil before my eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not.
Exactly. You did evil before the Lord's eyes. What evil did you do? You bucked up against your elders, man. Those that were above you. Okay? Then that's a huge sin, man. That's a huge sin. Hey, what does it say in the scriptures, man? I don't know if it's 1st or 2nd Samuel, but it talks about that rebellion is as sin as witchcraft. And what's the punishment of witchcraft? Death. Alright, so you're a bunch of witches, really, man. Alright? But you have something to say, Salaki.
No.
This
Get that.
is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Exactly. That's straight to the point, man. The Lord speaks to the prophets since the world began. Okay, the prophets have always been around correcting people, man. All right. Even during the time of Adam and Eve, man, they were in the garden. They were their voice rebuking them, man. Okay, and it hasn't changed, man. The spirit of a prophet is subject to the prophet, man. If we are, Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Ratazah, we are those men. We've been doing this every reincarnation, man. This was our calling. This is our lot. This is what we have to do. Okay. Do you want to? What do you got?
I got Galatians.
Yeah, Job.
Can you finish that
Oh,
that
Con,
definition
sorry.
real quick? Because I think there was a little bit
Gone.
more.
Back for the definition of in the blue letter, right? To be led into error, to be led aside from the path of virtue,
Yeah, to lead. Read that one more time.
to be led aside from the path of virtue, to go astray, sin, to sever or fall away from the truth of heretics, to be led away into error and sin.
Exactly. Okay. Your philosophy, your false philosophy, okay, is causing you to go into the way of sin, man. Okay, and it's really because of your pride. That's really what it comes down to. Because a lot of these other camps out there, see, look, there's a difference between confidence and pride, man. Okay, confidence, you're having faith, and you really have trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and what you're preaching. You guys just have straight pride. It's all carnal. Cause confidence is spiritual, man. Okay? You guys have straight pride, which is carnal, man. And that's what's cutting you, man. I'm going to get this in Sirach real quick. One of you brothers break it down. Sirach 10 and I'll start at 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker.
Yeah, because you're not fearing the Lord anymore, you know what I'm saying?
What's in Proverbs? It says,
1:7.
you can get that one
Oh,
too.
Sirach,
Yeah, the fear of the Lord. Alright, because they don't fear the Most High.
Right.
The brother says Proverbs 1:7.
Yeah.
And also in Proverbs, it says before pride cometh a fall. Or is it, no, before a fall cometh pride.
Yeah, pride goes before destruction.
Yeah,
That one
kind
too.
of.
Yeah, that one as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why these other camps didn't last, you know, a lot of these niggers, man, they buck up talking all this shit, but they would not, they talk shit about the elders, but who they learn it from? How they find out that they're Israel? Where they get the 12 tribes from? If the elders have the false doctrine, why you still carrying on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua?
Right.
Why you still got the 12 tribes sign out there, man? You got those from the elders, man.
Right.
Hey, but it's that pride demon on y'all, man.
Oh, kind of, if I may, because like they would always come to camp lined up, right? But until an apostle from out of town were visiting Chicago, then they would let their hair grow. You know what I mean? Knowing, Leviticus 19:27, you're not supposed to, get lined up, and they know this. And now they're on their own, getting lined up, teaching that it's okay to be lined up, and teaching false doctrine. And you guys are gonna pay for that, man. You lost the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because what Proverbs 1:7 says, the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. And since you don't fear him, you're not pushing out true knowledge, man. You're pushing out bullshit and leading who? Other Israelites astray, man.
Right, and then another thing too is because they'll say, well, we fear Yahweh Bashim Shai, but we don't fear men or something like. They'll say something stupid like that. But look, Yahweh Bashim Shai sets up men, man.
Exactly.
So if you're bucking up against the one that's above you, you're going off, man.
You're an unruly child.
Exactly. What does it say in John? He that despises you despises me, and he
Yep.
that despises me despises the one that sent me.
Yeah.
So really, you despise us, but really you despise Yahweh Shai, and then ultimately you despise Yahweh.
Right.
So you don't have any fear, man.
At all.
Hey, and the Lord's gonna kill you. Is there more to that? 'Cause I got more to this, Sirach.
No, no,
I got real quick. This is
Yeah, this is a little bit.
precept you there, Sirach.
Go.
This is Galatians chapter 6 verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Mm.
And that's what it is, man. These other people just want, these other niggas, man. They want that spotlight, man. Well, now you got it. And it's not the righteous spotlight that you so-called wanted, man. The righteous spotlight you wanted, man. You got the fucking filthy lucre spotlight, man.
Yeah, whether it be for actual money or even that vainglory, man.
Exactly.
That vainglory, because a lot of you just want that position, that title, man, that spotlight, man. That's covetousness, man. That's going off.
Yeah.
Is there more to that?
That's it, man.
Hey, what does it say in the scriptures? Knowledge puffed it up. They
Right.
learned a couple scriptures. They learned how to memorize scriptures.
Yeah.
So they got puffed up, man. And now look at them, man. This is Sirach 10 and 13 now. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And that's what you've done, okay?
Pour out
That
abomination.
yeah, exactly. All those all that false philosophy, man.
Man.
It's nothing but abomination that's being spewed out of your mouth. There's what do you say? There's no what do you call it? There's no basically order on earth. There's you can have your head covered too while you prophesy.
You can
got
smoke
that.
weed
You
now.
can smoke weed. You can line yourself up. Hey man, that just sounds like a bunch of niggerism, man, to me. All right. That sounds like a bunch of niggerism. Okay. Hey, but hey, if that's what you want to push, hey, go ahead, go push it, man. But the Lord is gonna pull your car one day, man. All right, may not be now, may not be a week from now, man. But eventually, Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna strike you down with whatever judgment He gives you.
Yeah. Hey, this is Proverbs chapter 30, verse 6. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. And that's what it is, man. Y'all getting reproved, man. Alright, and you guys are being confounded, man, as a liar, man. Hey, cause hey, you can't deceive if it were possible, you can't even deceive the elect, man.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? So the ones, hey, the reason why y'all still, hey, cause y'all are only out there cause of your pride, man. You're not out there to teach the elect or to fish. You're not out there for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai. You're out there for your pride, man.
True.
That's the only reason why y'all out there, man.
True.
And those men, hey, they're gonna turn on your ass, man. Those men that are really seeking Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, they're gonna eventually realize, oh, okay, damn, this motherfucker is full of shit, man.
Yep.
Or maybe they won't.
God.
It's all up to the Lord, man.
Hey, cause every week, if you're really about Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, you wouldn't go out there every week talking about us every week.
All right.
You would be sounding the alarm, man.
Exactly.
You'd be blowing the trumpet.
Yep.
Wake up the people, man. Warn them, as the scriptures say. You don't do that. When was the last time you talked about the nuclear missiles? When was the last time you talked about martial law? When was the last time you got into geopolitical activities?
Or even
Okay.
Esau.
Esau. Hey, man, the way you guys preach, it seems like we're more wicked than Esau, man.
Right.
Fucking day, man. The Lord's gonna deal with you motherfuckers, man. Is there more to that? Because I wanted to finish this.
Go ahead.
Back in Sirach 10 and 13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's what's going to happen. Hey, like I was saying, hey, the Lord's gonna pull your card, man.
Yep.
It's only a matter of time. Okay, what does it say in the scripture? The Lord is long suffering. So hey, what does it say in Ecclesiastes 8:11? You know, it talks about basically the men do wickedly because judgment hasn't been executed speedily.
Yeah.
That's you motherfuckers, man. Just because you haven't gotten a judgment right now, you think that you've gotten away with it. Wait, but the Lord is going to deal with you later in life, man.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you have precept, Doctor?
I got this is Galatians chapter 1, verse 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the Hamashiach unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Hamashiach.
Yeah.
But though
Hey,
we...
but it says, where you at?
7.
Yeah, how it says it, but there be some that trouble you. Alright, you got a lot of these other men, they trouble us, man.
Yeah.
They go into our personal lives, try to ruin brothers' businesses, try to ruin their family life.
Yep.
Alright, that's some wicked ass shit, man.
Yeah, posting personal information, man, on the internet.
That's wicked as hell.
That shit, that's some carnal ass shit, man.
That's some whole ass shit too.
Yeah, man.
And it says, and would pervert the gospel of Yahushua Mashiach. And that's what these men do. They pervert the gospel, man. They try to, change these precepts, how they're supposed to mean.
Right.
You know, they try to grease their way out of situations of why they do certain things. It's wicked as all hell, man. It's wicked as all hell. The Lord's going to deal with you, though.
Verse 8. For though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. And that's, y'all gonna keep doing what y'all doing. Go ahead. Because at the end, Most High is gonna pull your number, man. And everything that you said, man, you're gonna have to pay for it, man. Everything that came out your fucking wicked ass mouth, man. All them words that came out your mouth, man, you're gonna have to swallow, man.
Can I get this for you real quick? There's some more to that.
No, let's get on that.
This is Job 15:6. Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I.
Oh, yeah.
Yea, thy own lips testify against thee. You know, because when you watch a lot of these guys, you know, a lot of their camp sessions and all that, the stuff that they so-called teach their week really is actually a condemnation of to themselves, man. They really condemn themselves every week. Cause they can't see it because they're carnally minded, and the Lord's blinded them. If you read that in the Thessalonians and then the Isaiah, the Lord has blinded you, okay? But when you got the spiritual eyes to see and the spiritual ears to hear, everything you're saying cuts yourselves, man. Every week, man. Every week. And like how I said, I'm going to read that again. Thy own mouth condemneth thee. Your own mouth condemns you. And like the brother said, that basically every idle word you're going to have to answer to. You're going to have to answer to it, man. And it says, and not I. Hey, we're not saying these things. You're the ones who are saying it. Alright? And it says, yea, thy own lips testify against thee. Your own mouth testify against you, man. Alright? Well, what's that, when cops arrest you, they say, anything that you say or do, we will use it against you in the court of law. That's basically what's going to happen. All the things that you're saying is going to get presented to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in that day, man. And then you're going to get the judgment.
Yeah.
You got some now?
Yeah, I got Proverbs, I think it's 18, verse 18 and chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know what I'm saying? So all these things that you think is right that you're spewing out of your mouth is going to fall upon your own head, you know? And it's going to be worse for you, you know what I mean? Because you knew the truth, you know what I'm saying? You learned from GMS, and now you went astray because you hate instruction, you know?
Life or death, man. Either you preaching the correct doctrine, man. Hey, that's gonna give you salvation. Yep. Hey, but the ones that's spewing out what was that like a love, curse, and I forgot, Slocky. But the ones that's spewing out madness, man, hey, that's gonna, your tongue, the shit that's coming out your mouth, man, hey, it's gonna put you into, hey, in a horrible death, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, horrible death, man.
That's right. Yeah, because it tells you in Luke, the 12th chapter, man, that it talks about those that knew the Father's will, and they did them not. They're gonna be beaten with many stripes.
Yep.
You are false prophets out there. You're gonna get a really harsh judgment. It's not gonna be a quick death, because you got niggas out here. Some of them are dying in a car accident, pretty quick death, get shot in the face, die quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you, hey man, you could survive the famines, the cannibalism, the martial law, all that stuff. Even the chip, you might not even take the chip.
Right.
But then the Lord will let you see them fucking missiles come, and you see all these chariots beaming up the elect, and you're wondering why you're not getting beamed up. And then the Lord's gonna put it in your remembrance of what you've done while you had this this knowledge, man.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you do? Talk shit the whole time.
Yep.
And then you're just gonna see a fat ass missile hit the its target, and you're gonna see that fire coming towards you, man. And you're gonna have that Sarah Connor moment, man. Being fucking burned alive, man, for it probably feel like 1,000 years or some shit, man.
Yep.
Who knows what the Lord can do, man? And I personally, I know these brothers don't want that shit to happen to them, man. That's why we do what's commanded of us.
That's right.
You know, Lord willing, we endure to the end. You got more than that? Oh, you got Micah 3?
Yeah.
Bob, we shall get that.
You're talking about,
I think it's 3.
yeah, oh, no, I thought it was 11, no? Where are you talking about?
No, start at 1.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 1. And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment?
Exactly. And the heads of Israel are you camps out there, man. Okay? You're the ones who have the knowledge. You're the ones who are to go out to the highways and byways and bid them to the marriage. Okay? You're the ones who are supposed to wake up these dry bones. Alright, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shai. Do you not know a judgment? Okay? It starts with you motherfuckers, man.
Yep.
But yeah, like in that one scripture of the first oracles, right? Where, you know, you should be teaching, you're in need of a teacher. You know, again, because you had the fountain of life right there with GMS. You know, you had the truth right there in your hands, and you know, the Most High just spewed you out. You know what I'm saying? You guys were gonna go off, and I don't know if you guys are gonna return or repent, but I don't know, it doesn't look like it.
Come on.
Keep on.
Yeah, keep on.
Micah chapter 3, verse 2 now. Who hate the good and love the evil.
Yeah, who hate the good and love the evil.
Right.
You hate the good. That's why you buck up so much. Because really, if you love the good, you'd get in order. There's nothing wrong with order. There's nothing wrong with order. Okay? And that's just, nature itself tells you that. Doesn't it tell you in Job to basically watch the animals? Because they're going to show you the way, roughly paraphrasing it. Okay, they're going to show you how things are supposed to be done, man. Okay? And what you look at, for instance, you look at like the apes and stuff, man. There's an order and structure in their household, so to speak. You have the alpha male, then, you know, he's got his wives, his children, and then, you know, it trickles down. You know, there's other males in there, but they're not going to buck up to that male, man. Okay?
That's why the scripture says that, you know, I think rebuke a wise man, he'll love thee, and a scorner will hate thee, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you are clearly scorners, man.
Yeah.
You can't deal with rebuke. Rebuke is actually love. That's a part of our culture, man.
That's right.
It tells you not to suffer sin upon your brother. That's in the law. So when you're getting rebuked, it's actually lawful, man, for us to rebuke you, man, because we don't want to be going off, man.
Yeah.
And really, we're ultimately trying to have the nation strong, man. A little leaven the whole lump, man. So if a little wickedness seeps through, man, that can destroy the whole fucking nation, man. But you want to be rebellious. But that's why the Lord kicked you out, or kicked out your group, whatever you want to call it. All right, and now look at you, man. Whether you believe it or not, you can't even see because the angels are blinding you.
Right.
And if you, so if I may, if you suffer wrongfully, you're supposed to take it cheerfully, man. Not buck up and talk shit. You know what I mean?
But
Right.
that pride demon, man.
Right.
Every demon, boy.
Con,
God, can you read 2 again?
con. Micah chapter 3, verse 2. Who hate the good and love the evil.
Yeah, so if you don't love what's righteous, okay, if you don't want to follow what's set up, you really love evil, man.
Yeah.
You really love evil because, hey, man, you want to give into your flesh. What? To be carnally minded is death.
Right.
Carnally minded is death. Romans 8 and 6. But to be spiritually minded is peace, okay, and life. But that fucking pride demon, as the brother was getting into, man, that's a hell of a demon, man. That's probably the strongest demon. That pride will make you do some fucking crazy shit, man.
He says, this is Proverbs 11 and 2 real quick. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom.
Right, hey, when you're prideful, hey, then comes shame, man. Hey, because you're going to get it based.
Yeah.
You will get it based at some point.
Yep.
Hey, but with the lowly, that's where wisdom is. The Lord is only dealing with those who have a meek and contrite spirit.
The scripture says only the meek and the lowly will inherit the kingdom of heaven, man.
And what does it say in the scriptures? The kingdom of heaven started within you, man.
Yep.
Getting this knowledge.
Yep.
So if you don't have that spirit on you, guess what, man? You're fucked. You're fucked. You're not going to understand what's going on, okay? Can you get that in Corinthians where it talks about a spiritual man? In
Judges all things.
No.
Oh, man.
Shit. Fuck. Just keep reading that.
Con, Micah chapter 3, verse 2. Who hate the good and love the evil. Who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones.
Exactly, and that's what you do. Because you're leading the people astray. You're plucking off the skin, man. You're plucking off all that, okay? Alright, because, hey, you have people out there who have woke up that they're Israelites, right? You know, they started getting their skin on those dry bones.
Right.
But since you're teaching the wrong doctrine, and those that, they maybe start following you, now you're basically plucking that skin off now, man.
You're putting them back in the grave.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, it does say in the scriptures, the deceiver and deceiver are his, but still, you gotta answer to that, man.
Yeah.
Alright, and the Lord is gonna fuck you up.
That's right.
Damn, fuck, Salaki, I don't know how to paraphrase. What is it
What are you looking for?
put like spiritual man, and then like, cause spiritual man can get like, fuck, spiritual things, roughly paraphrasing, and a carnal man can't receive it. Salaki, I'm
Gotcha.
butchering it like,
Right here, if we saw scripture,
is it 9 and 11? Let me double check, cause it might be in that chapter. Salaki, that's not it. But it's all good, you know. Basically, a spiritual man can't, a carnal man can't receive the things that are spiritual. Type that in if you can. Okay. Since you're carnal, you're not going to receive any of the spiritual understanding, the spiritual knowledge. Okay. Yeah, you may know the ABC 1, 2, 3s about being, you know, that you're Israelite. You know, you can't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? I would say, you know, don't line up your beard, but you guys do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You know. It's all good, don't worry about it. But is there more than that, Micah?
those are verse 2.
What would you say? You want to read verse 4?
Oh, it's 11. It's about like false teachers.
Yeah, get that.
This is Micah chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward. You know, their vainglory, that's what they like. And the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh among us? None evil could come upon us. Yeah, I mean, that goes back to them not being judged speedily, you know what I mean? They think they got the truth. They think that they got better breakdowns. They think they have the true doctrine. And then the men at GMS are going off, and everybody else. Man, there's so many holes in their doctrine, okay? those guys spew out just madness every week, and not even every week outside. You know, whenever they speak a lie, just like fucking Esau. They're full of it, man. And that goes back to that John 8:44. You are your fathers of the devil. You know what I mean? That's what they are. They're fucking wicked, man. First they tasted life and got rebuked, you know what I mean, which was love, and they said fuck all of it and went off to do their own thing, man.
You got anything else?
I got one. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. That's what it is, man. And just because it hasn't happened to you yet, man, hey, all these plagues that are written in this book, hey, it's going to come on to you, man. You and your family, your loved ones, everything, man. Everything that you care for, man. And it's going to be a gruesome death, man. Alright? It's not going to be just a fucking, like Burrell said, a shot in the head, you know, or just fucking die instantly, get hit by a fucking car. Hey, man, hey, there's videos of a Fallout getting hit by a fucking truck, and every fucking bone in his body turned into dust, man. Hey, but the Lord kept him alive, man. Hey, he's a vegetable right now, man. Still sitting in the hospital.
That's right.
Hey, something came on the screen.
Low battery.
Oh, okay.
If I may bring this is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, you know, which you were on that path, right? That narrow straight gate to the kingdom. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But what did they say? But they said, we will not walk therein. And they walked their own way. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Now they're leading others that same way. You know what I mean? And only the ones that the Most High chose, the real elect, you know, the 1/3, are going to stray away from that bullshit and find the true prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Come on, man. You got more?
No, that was it.
I got this. This is Revelation, because you made a point earlier too, and you made a statement now that basically they can't deceive the elect, man. This is Revelation 14, and I'll start at 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they were virgins. Okay, so basically, the 144,000 are the only ones that can teach this word. They're the only ones who can sing it, okay? And how it says these are they which were not defiled with women. Go to Proverbs the 7th chapter, and it talks about how women are synonymous with philosophies, okay? So basically, they weren't defiled with these false philosophies out here, okay? Including your madness, because that's a philosophy, man. There's only one true path, that's it, okay? And it says, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. Okay, that's it, man. The elect is going to follow Yahweh Shai whether he so goeth. That's it. They're going to follow the true path. That's it. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb. Okay, the first fruits. Okay, and that's what we're hoping to be. All right, but it is what we're talking about. That path is very straight, very narrow. You have a lot of difficulties come into your life.
And not straight where, like, you know, a straight line, all right? Straight as in a position of difficulty,
right.
All right? So let's not have wordplay here on the comment board. Let's get it right.
Yep, and it's narrow too, because what does it tell you in Ezra, man? 2nd Ezra 7. It talks about how it's a narrow path. On the left of you is fire. On the right of you is water.
Yep.
Hey, man, if you make one slip up, hey, you can fall into that, whether it be the fire or the water. That's why you have to be very cautious in how you walk in this truth, man. You have to take your time with things. You have to really ponder on everything, okay? And you got to make sure that you're going the right way. But only the elect are going to be going that proper way. They're the only ones that are going to be saved, including the 1/3 as well, okay? But they're the ones who are going to listen to the prophets.
Right.
Okay, hey man, this thing is, you have to have someone to guide you. Was that Sirach, man? Necessary patience. It's in Sirach. What was it 22? No, it's earlier. Talks about necessary patience.
Okay.
Is better than he that has no guide. Something like that.
Sirach 20:32.
What was it?
Necessary patience in seeking Yahweh is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
Exactly. So you have to have patience, okay, in this truth first and foremost. But hey, I'm gonna read that again.
Go ahead.
Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that Sirach 20:32. Necessary patience is in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide. Okay? Hey man, if you don't have a guide, man, you're screwed. You are screwed. You are screwed, man. There's nothing wrong with having somebody to guide you. And that's going to lead you to be in order.
And it says, wear out the doorsteps of a wise man.
Right.
Your guide.
Fucking assholes, man.
And this is, I got to read it on it?
Yeah.
This is Sirach, chapter 4, and I'm sorry, 15. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, and she shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline,
Yeah.
and
Keep going. Go ahead.
until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws.
And it's talking about wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So it said there, the wisdom is going to put you on crooked paths, man. It's going to be difficult. You're going to be going through a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Just so she can trust you.
Yep.
Okay?
Verse 18. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secrets. But if he go wrong, she will forsake him, and give him over to his own ruin.
Yeah, so if you're not going to, follow the ways properly, hey, the wisdom is going to cast you out, man. And then you're going to be in the worst case scenario, man. You're going to have 7 more demons come on you, man.
Yeah.
Including that one demon that left originally. And I think if you read a little bit above, it talks about, or I forget where it's at, in that same chapter, it talks about how that it's unpleasant to some of you guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or I forget how it's worded, but basically wisdom is unpleasant to you. And that's why you left the correct path, man. Because going to a lot of you cats, man, you just had so much fucking pride, man. And you getting corrected, it was just irritating to you. You didn't want to deal with that. You wanted to be in the spotlight. You wanted to have no issues, faults, none of that. I don't know if you can find it or not. If not, it's all good. Do you have something to find?
Yeah, Khan. It is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. You know what I'm saying? So even if, because you're going to be, we're in this flesh, so we're going to go off, but, when you get rebuked, you know what I mean, it's because that brother loves you, you know what I mean? And he doesn't want sin, what did you say, sin to add on to sin?
You don't want sin to, don't let sin suffer upon your brother.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean, the water. And you guys hate, to be rebuked. You hate correction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that wisdom's not going to enter into your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? If you want to keep being wicked, hey, that wisdom's going to leave you. And clearly it has, man. All these false breakdowns, come on.
Yeah.
And more keep coming out, man. As time keeps going. It's getting worse and worse, man. Oh, that's all I have. Do you have anything else?
Maybe just, let me just read it real quick.
Okay, alright. So I'll get let's get around that time anyways.
Wow. Well, this is like a whole lesson by itself. But we're talking about wisdom here. I'll just get to the point since we have to wrap it up. But this is Sirach chapter 15 verse 8. For she is far from pride. We're talking about wisdom. Wisdom is far from pride. And men that are liars cannot remember her. You know what I mean? So guess what? You got to create new ways and say the earth is flat and it's okay to go off and smoke weed and blunts and get lined up. That's just madness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You can't remember. Damn. And you see it.
Yeah.
And you see it. You watch their videos, you see it, man. It's a scary thing, man. Hey, it's really scary, man. Hey, it's fear, man. And you guys just don't fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. At the end of the day, you just fear man, man. You trust into the world, into Egypt, man. Instead of trusting into Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man.
Right.
Damn shame.
Any more precepts? And with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Double honors to our apostle and our elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim. Shalom.
Shalom.
Above, above.